Hi guys, and welcome to today's video on compound interest investments with regular additions to the principal in brackets annuity investment. Whoa, could that title be any longer? Well, yes, probably it could, but let's hopefully make sure that it isn't. What is this all about? Well, it's part of the further maths course and the financial section of this course, and it has been awesome. There are a number of videos that I've recorded before this, and if you haven't already watched them, can I suggest going back? This video builds on all of that information. Alternatively, stay and watch it. You may know all the rest of that stuff and just interested to see what this video is about. My name's Darren, otherwise known as MaffsGuru, and it's so good to have you here. Can you do me a favor? I'm just one person sitting in a room recording all of these videos, hopefully for you guys to make sense of the maths course. Over in the corner there is a doohickey that you can click and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribers mean the world to me. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Very few people watch maths videos, and so this is quite challenging, and your help would be greatly appreciated. Now, I want to be rich. Do you want to be rich? Of course you do. Do you want to be a millionaire? Well, actually, I'm about to show you how to become a millionaire. And it's ridiculously simple, he says, sort of. But before we do that, what on earth is this video all about? Well, by the end of the video, I'm going to hopefully show you how to use your CAS calculator and the financial solver to do all of this funky stuff to become that millionaire. But to be able to extract information from questions and allow you to sort of get rich or help other people get rich. Now, generally speaking, each month I have a pension and I pay money into my pension scheme, and it gets bigger and bigger. It gets bigger and bigger because the government are paying me interest, and each month I keep adding a little bit more. So I'm getting richer faster by making these additional payments. And that's very much what this video is about. We've dealt with the idea previously of reducing balance loans. That's where we, obviously we've taken money from the bank and we pay it back in stages. We've looked at interest-only loans where we just pay the interest off and under the principal. Bad. We've looked at annuities where we pay a load of money into a bank account and effectively keep taking the money out until it all disappears. And the idea in the last video of perpetuities, where basically we just live off the interest of money. But I don't know, I want to get rich, and so ladies and gentlemen, we can use a wonderful thing known as an amortization table. And you're going to say, what on earth is an amortization table? And I'm going to say to you, well, you've already covered it in the video on annuities. Have you watched it? Yes. Marvelous. Amortization tables are just a way of visually seeing how, when you pay money in and interest, how it actually grows payment by payment by payment. Now that might be month by month, or by year by year. Okay, so the horrible thing about amortization tables, I'm so sorry, is that maths teachers like me love them because we actually put them in exams and SACs and all sorts of stuff, and we miss some values out and ask you to find missing values. Now, if you don't understand what an amortization table is, then sadly, you're not going to be able to do it because, we're testing your understanding, not whether you can regurgitate a load of maths. So behind me, ladies and gentlemen, is an Excel document that I've actually created some amortization tables. And you'll notice the one at the top is the one I used in my annuities. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to be a millionaire? I do. Bit of a joke if you're a musical theatre lover. So what is this all about? Well, when you have an amortization table, there's certain columns that are so important. What I've done there is highlighted. In this situation, we've got age, because I want to see when I'm going to be rich. I've got payment received. This whole video is about paying money in and getting richer quicker. So this payment's important. Hopefully, with everything we do, if we're going into a bank, they're going to give us interest. They're going to pay us for the privilege of actually having our money. Interest is good, unless it's on a mortgage. Principal growth. Now, this is the one that many times we'll put in an exam and ask you to fill in. Because if you understand what it means by principal growth, then that's freaking awesome. But principal growth is basically how much has my principal grown by, either by me paying it in or by having some interest, or both. And finally, the balance of the account. So there we go. Age 18, ladies and gentlemen, I'm highlighting a column behind me that basically is saying, well, at the age of 18, open an account with $6,000. That's it. Just open an account, put $6,000 in it. Next year, what I want you to do is I want you to make a one-off payment of $6,000. Now, that seems a lot, but if you save it up and then transfer it into this savings account, $6,000, that's it. Nothing more done. Now, hopefully, if you've got a good interest rate, and I've set one over here, interest rate of 6%, good luck finding 6% in Australia at the moment. But if you can find one at 6%, then what it does is it multiplies 6,000 by 6 on 100, And it gave me $360 of interest. Now, again, that value there, where did that $6,360 come from? Well, it's our principal growth. How much is our money going to grow by at the end? Well, I've put $6,000 in. The bank's going to give me $360, and so there we go, $6,360, which when I add to my original value of $6,000 gives me $12,360. And guess what you're going to do in the next year when you're 20? You're going to pay in another $6,000. Get out there, get a job, save it up, put it in there. And what you'll notice now is actually I've got to stack more interest. The year before I got $360. Now I've got $741. How? Well, once again, we've taken our previous amount of $12,360. We've times it by that 6%. And now our principal growth is now $6,741, which is added onto our previous year to give us $19,000. So I've paid in effectively $18,000, and at the end of just the third year, or the second year really, I've got over $1,000 worth of interest. That's not too shabby. You're going to keep doing that. That's what this table says until you're 33. On your 33rd birthday, put $6,000 in, and you are then effectively going to leave it. And if we notice, as I scroll, all of these values are 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, but is my interest earned going up? I should cocoa. Each year, I seem to be getting nearly $1,000, and it goes up a little bit each year. 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,400, 1,700, 1,900, 2,000. And we notice this figure at the end. It gets more and more and more just by leaving it. Don't touch the money. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, by the end of your 66th, or on your 66th birthday, you will have $1.05 million in your bank account, as long as you don't touch it, right? And it's going to be a huge challenge. But there we go. I've just shown you how to be a millionaire. So the cost of that is about, well, let me say, $20,000 per head out there watching this video, and then maybe I'll get rich without having to do all that hard work. So an amortization table is really, really important. But before we get there, and before we need to do that, we need to be able to know how to use recurrence relations. And these are great. Remember recurrence relations? How do we go from a previous number to our next number? It's all defined by a formula. And lo and behold, let's just make sure we look at our language first. R, the rate of interest being paid. Well, we looked at that a moment ago. My rate of interest was 6%. It was important to me. D, the payment being made each period. I was paying in $6,000 per year. Now, in that situation, my interest rate would be important to know per year. And V0, the principal. Again, we need to know how much we've put into the account to open it up. And so here we go. Here is our recurrence relationship. V0 is our principal. We have to state that. V of N is my current term. V of N plus 1 is my next term. D is my payment. That money, that's $6,000. And R, if you remember, is given by this formula here. It says 1 plus R over 100. And again, we need to be very careful. Yearly against monthly interest. Right, so let's look at an example. I'm so fortunate to be able to say that Cambridge, the publishers have said I can use their examples, and I thank them. Thank you so much, Cambridge, for doing that. The ones I'm about to go through are from the Cambridge Further 3 and 4 Mathematics Series textbook. Nor plans to travel overseas when she finishes her VCE. How many of you out there are planning on traveling? If you are, leave a comment below. Let me know where you want to go. Not that I'm going to fund it, but I'd be fascinated to know where you're going. She already saved $1,200 and thinks she can save an additional $50 per month. So in an exam, if I had this type of question, I would now know what type of part of what chapter of this book it's dealing with. That she's going to pay into a savings account each month. The account pays interest at 3% per annum. So we've got this 3% per annum, compounding monthly, useful to know. Model the investment using a recurrence relationship. All right, we can do that. Thank you very much. Let's not scroll it off, MaffsGuru. So V0 is equal to our principal, and we knew that that was 1,200. I'm going to do a comma, and I know that V of N plus 1 is equal to R times V of N plus D. So the next thing we need to do is work out this value of R. So R is equal to 1 plus the little r over 100. Now, am I using 3% or am I using a different value? Well, remember, the key here is to look at how much she's paying in, and more importantly, when she's paying it in. She's paying it in each month. So I don't want the interest rate per year, I want it per month. So I'm now going to say that my value of little r is 3 on 12%. Okay, so that's my rate per month. And I happen to know that that's 0.25. So remember that R is 1 plus 0.25 on 100, which is 1.0025. Now, if you don't believe me, use your calculator. I promise you it is. I'm not going to load my calculator up now. I'm just going to leave that to you. So rubbing this out to give myself a little bit of room, I now know that this formula can now be written as 1.0025, that big value of R, times V of N plus my recurrent payment. How much is she paying in? It was 50 bucks. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is my recurrence relationship, just by filling in some numbers. What was the trick? The trick was just making sure you had the right value of little r to find your big value of R. Okay, Nor's investment can be modeled by a recurrence relationship. Yes, that looks familiar. We've done that. Where V of N is the value of the investment after M payments have been received. Use your calculator. We can do that to determine recursively, we know what that means as well, the value of the investment after Nor has made 3 additional payments. So, firing up my CAS calculator. Here we are. Thank you very much, CAS calculator. I know how to do this. I'm going to put the 1200 in and I'm going to hit enter because we know that for the calculator to do it recursively, we put in that start amount, hit enter. Right, now let's bring up my keyboard because I need the ANS button. Okie dokie. So, what do? 1.0025 times by my previous answer, thanking you, and we want to add on the value of 50. Let's hide that. And I'm just going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, and 3 times, and up we get $1,359.40. There we go. So just by paying in what she paid in 150 bucks, she's gained $9 in interest. Doesn't sound a lot, really, does it? But every penny matters. So my answer to part A would be $1,359.40. Again, please be very, very careful here, ladies and gentlemen. Money is always rounded to 2 decimal places unless the question says otherwise. Now, leaving the calculator on my screen, it says what will be the value of her investment after 1 year. So ultimately, this question is just testing to make sure you know how many months are in a year, and hopefully 12 months. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. God, that took a long time. My calculator's having a bit of a moment. But yes, at the end of 1 year, she will have had $1,844. And how much did I say? What did it say? So $1,844.82. Will she have enough to travel? Not a hope. I don't know where she's planning on going unless it's just down the corner, but that's a whole new discussion. There we go. So we can use our calculator. We can also use an amortization table for Nor. Yes, we can. And it just so happens I've got it prepared here. So behind me, we can now see Nor's investment. We've got payment numbers, payment received, interest earned. So our interest rate per month was 0.25%. That led to the multiplier of 1.0025, if you remember. She's paying in 50 and she opened up with 1200. So there we go. That first line says payment is loaded up and she had 1200. And at the end of the third payment, do we agree she had $1,359.40? Let's just go back and have a look. $1,359.40. I should Coco. And we could keep going and going and going. And at the end of the 12th payment, was it $1,844.82? Yes, this is all awesome. And what I did was I kept going for a bit. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, actually see how much she would have. So the great thing about Excel, highlight it, making sure I've got my formulas right, drag it down a bit, and there we go. After 26 payments, she's going to have $2,621.94. Again, with amortization tables, make sure you understand how to read them, where the values came from, and you will gun this subject. Okay, but yeah, I've said here, what about the financial solver? Well, we can use this. Lars invests $500,000 per annum, compounding monthly. Thank you. He makes a regular deposit of $500 per month into the account. What is the value of his investment after 5 years? A lot of information there. So the first thing we're going to need to do is go to our financial solver. Thank you very much, calculator. Can you take me to my financial solver? Yes, it is. It's really going slow. So there's financial. Right, so let me see. Lars invest 500,000. So first thing I'm going to do is going to make my principal value 500,000. Is it positive or negative? Negative, yep, because I'm giving the bank 500, 1, 2, 3. Right, at 5.5% per annum. Yep, 5.5% per annum, compounding monthly. So I now know my compound periods are going to be 12. He makes a regular deposit of $500 per month, so payments per year, also 12. And he's giving a payment of $500. Now remember, again, that's going to be minus 500. Yep. What is the value of his investment after 5 years? So my number of payments. So I've got 12 payments a year times 5. The calculator will work that out for me. And it wants to effectively know what is the value of, what is his future value? I've got all my information in there. I've only got one blank. So if I hit future value and my calculator tells me he will end up with a staggering amount of $692,292.30. And again, rounding to 2 decimal places. So let's just write that down because I need to, because it sounds a lot of money. $692,292.30. And there we go, my financial solver. Again, it's really important just to pull the information out of that question, bang it into your financial solver, job is done. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, this is the end of this video on compound interest investments, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully it's made sense to you. Get out there and practice. Load up some amortization tables, find some amortization tables, and make sure that you understand how to do it and how to use your CAS calculator. Awesome seeing you. Thank you so much for being here. If you can, over there is a doohickey for you to subscribe. 2 of your friends subscribing as well will help me get to 1,000 subscribers and I will be chuffed. Otherwise, there's a video loading below from the Further Maths course. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is MaffsGuru signing out. Bye-bye.